Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum girls. Hope so you are all in good health. Okay, let us begin our third lecture of chapter 3. Second lecture of chapter 3. Okay, our topic for today is behavioral factors that affect physical health, psychological factors that affect physical health, and the concept of mental health. Behavioral factors that affect physical health. Now, these are those factors that are related with our habits, with our lifestyle, and how these factors they help physical health. Now, the researchers have shown that change in behavior exacerbates some chronic diseases. Exacerbate means that it further increases. If we do not change our behavior according to the chronic disease we are suffering from, then that disease will further get worsened. There will be no positive change in the alleviation of that particular disease. It will get further worsened. Positive changes in behavior alleviate some diseases. Alleviate means reduce. If there is positive change in behavior, then that is going to reduce the symptoms of that particular disease. For example, if someone is suffering from any cardiac problem is the problem related to your heart, and he adopts some positive lifestyle habits, just like walking, jogging, eating healthy food. Now, this is a positive change in behavior. Definitely, it is going to reduce the symptoms of cardiac disease. Bringing about a behavior change is easier and safer than treating disease. Behavior change is only up to you. It's not up to the doctor, it's not up to the therapist. It's up to you. If you are willing to change it, then you can very easily change it. Fine, so it's easier and safer to change. Safer because there is no as such medication required. No side effects of that medication. And it is cheaper as compared to the treatment of any disease. Behavioral treatment is cheaper. Fine. You without consulting any person, you can adopt those habits and you can follow them, and there will be reduction in the symptoms of that particular disease. Now, second is the psychological factors that affect physical health. Psychological factors are those factors that are related to your attitudes. Fine. Adler Matthews is of the opinion that one can avoid diseases by adopting healthy habits. According to health psychologists, individuals' personality traits, beliefs, attitudes and values, family members and friends all affect physical health. Now, personality trait you are very well familiar. The characteristic of your personality, how much we can say introvert you are, shy you are, or active you are, intelligent you are, hardworking you are. These are the personality traits. Beliefs, attitudes, your attitude toward anything. If you want to follow any dietary program in order to avoid the further spread of any disease, then you are going to consult the medical specialist. You are going to search from the internet in order to just find the healthy diet for you during this particular symptom time period. So this is your attitude. Fine. And values, family members, friends. Your family members, they affect a lot. There is a lot of effect from the side of your family if you are suffering from any physical health. Your friends, the moral support that you get from your friends, it definitely alleviates the symptoms of disease. And these family members and friends, they are basically the network of social network for you. And this social network is very important for any individual, because you address your problems with them. They may give you very good suggestions to follow, and in this way you share your problems with them. And by just sharing there is alleviation of the symptoms reduced by just sharing. There are people who don't have anyone to share their problems with. Fine. So these are very important for a good mental health. Psychological factors play a key role in many serious physical diseases. Friedman studied 101 medical research papers and concluded that individuals having cardiac disorders also suffer from depression, anxiety, and anger. Friedman was a cardiologist, and he studied 101 medical research papers, and through those he concluded that individuals who are suffering from heart diseases, cardiac disorders are related to your heart, they also suffer from depression, anxiety, and anger. Fine. So because they don't have they may not have that much of moral support, their attitude was not correct during the this disease, or they were not having positive attitude. Fine. So all these, they contributed further in making the individual to suffer from other psychological disturbances side by side physiological problems. Rosenman et al. Have proved through their research that diseases and behavior traits are closely related. Now, Rosenman was also a cardiologist. Fine. And they both worked together, and they concluded that individuals who came to their clinic with the symptoms of cardiac disorders, they were also suffering from psychological disturbances. So those psychological disturbances further aggravated or further increased their cardiac problems. Now this word et al. Means that this research, which is conducted by Rosenman, there were other people as well, other researchers as well. Fine. But they were greater in number. So we write et al. When it is difficult to write the names of all the researchers, and we just want to mention the prominent researcher, then we write Rosenman et al. It means that it was not the research done by Rosenman alone. There were other researchers as well, but Rosenman was the key researcher over there. He has also, just like Friedman, he has also concluded that cardiac diseases or diseases and behavioral traits, your personality traits, your attitude, they are very closely related. They say that heart patients have personality trait of type A. Friedman and Booth Canley have also established a relation between heart problems and type A. Now, there are different types of personality: type A, type B, type C, type D. Now, the people, according to their research and their observation, they concluded that people who are suffering mainly from cardiac problems, they have a personality type which is known as type A. Now, this is type A personality. The type A individuals, they are highly competitive. They are achievement oriented. They are time conscious. They have difficulty relaxing. They are multitaskers. They are deadline driven. These are the personality traits of type A individuals, that they are workaholic type of individuals. They are all the time just concerned about their work and its completion, and there is no other entertainment in their life. They are very much deadline and time conscious. They always in the urgency, in the hurry to meet the deadlines. Fine. Whereas type B individuals are patient, relaxed, easygoing, very social, procrastinator, and reflective. Procrastinator is a person who delays the task habitually. Fine. Who just has the habit of delaying the tasks. For example, students, if they are given any assignment and they do not complete it, just by habit, there is no other engagement, no other involvement in some other activity, just by habit they keep on delaying the tasks, and they keep on piling up the work for them, and later on they suffer a lot because there is a lot of work piled up for them to be completed later on. Fine. And they are reflective. They analyze their past. They concentrate over their past. So type A people, according to Rosenman and Friedman, type A people are prone to develop cardiac diseases because they are all the time in urgency. There is no relaxed movement in their life. That is why there are a lot of chances of suffering from cardiac diseases, and their research has also proved this thing, and their clinical observation, as I told you that both of them were cardiologists, their clinical observation has also proved this thing. Now coming to the next topic, which is mental health. Now mental health, you are very well aware, as you can see the words written over the slide, that mental health, what do we mean by mental health? Mental health is being fit, mental health is being relaxed, being diet conscious, being active, being having a leisure time that is spent in sport and any other activity, having good diet or food, fine. So having happiness, energy, having or possessing values related to that culture where you are living, all these, they basically mean mental health. Mental health refers to that mental state of individual which gives him a sense of physical and mental well-being. When individual feels, thinks that he is physically as well as mentally healthy, in a state of well-being, in a sound state, then that is mental health. Such individuals adapt to the environment easily. They have no problem in making adjustment to their environment. They accept the challenges of their environment and they adapt in that. They utilize their intelligence and abilities in a better way. Definitely these abilities are required in order to solve the problems. So while you solve the problems, you get better adjustment in the environment. So they utilize their abilities and intelligence in order to adapt, and in a better way in order to adapt to their environment, and they lead a happy and cheerful life. Now there are 4 criteria of mental health: medical criterion, psychological criterion, social criterion, Islamic criterion. Like from these 4 perspectives we define mental health. Now first one is the medical criterion. According to medical criterion, mental health refers to the state of individual having no mental disorder. When there is no mental disorder, no symptom of any mental and even the physiological disorder, that is the complete absence of any disease, then that is mental health. If the individual's mind is working properly, then it means that his brain is also healthy. You are very well familiar with the concept of mind and brain. So they both are the same thing in a way, and if one is working properly, then it means that other is also working. Psychological criterion. Mental health refers to that state of individual in which his behavior and reaction reflect physical and mental health. When your behavior, your attitude, your lifestyle, your problem-solving strategies, and your reaction to any situation, when it reflects the healthy way of adjustment, then it means that individual is physically and mentally healthy. Individual has no difficulty in adapting to the environment. They make a realistic appraisal of the environment, a realistic understanding of the environment, of that particular situation, and they act or move according to that situation. Now, according to this criterion, mentally healthy people are normal. They have control over their actions and they can choose a profession of their own choice. So they are normal individuals. They have the habits just like the normal individuals. They have the attitudes and lifestyle just like the normal individuals. They have control over their actions. If the situation is not moving according to their own wishes, then they have the ability to control over them. Instead of getting angry and aggression, they can choose a profession of their own choice. Social criterion. According to this criterion, individual who follows social values has healthy mental health. Social values, as we have already discussed, they are very important. While living in a society, we have to follow those values, whether we like or do not like. But still, we have to show respect proper social values of any culture. So if we follow those values, then it means that we are mentally healthy. We are following the norms of any society. There is environment of healthy competition, mutual cooperation, sincerity in the environment. So, sorry, the spellings of environment are written wrong over here. Vironment. So, within a society, there is the competition among the individuals. There is mutual cooperation. There is sincerity. There is jealousy as well. But mentally healthy individual, they understand all these situations and they act accordingly. Fine. So, when there is an environment of jealousy and envy, then that is not going to affect them. Rather, they have to bring up or modify themselves according to that particular environment. Mental health is a subjective state, but its realization at collective level is very important. Each individual has his own mental health. This is a subjective state, but that subjective state affects the whole society, because the society is the collective gathering of all the people. So, if all the people are healthy, then it means that society is healthy. If all the people, they have positive thoughts, then it means that society is going toward in a positive and good direction. So, healthy people, they make healthy society. Fine. And then the last one is the Islamic criterion. Now, according to this criterion, individual's mental health is determined by, first of all, how close or distant the individual is from God in the light of Quran and Hadith. Are we closer to our God according to the teachings of Quran or Hadith, or are we away from the teachings of Quran and Hadith? If we are away from Quran and Hadith, then it means that we are away from our God. Islam prescribes contentment, submission, patience, and thankfulness for mental health. These are the things that guarantee mental health, that lead towards mental health. If you are satisfied, if you accept what is given to you by Almighty, and if you show patience and gratitude or thankfulness, then definitely you will be mentally healthy individual. Islam forbids asceticism and lays stress on duty to God. Islamic asceticism means that self-indulgence, too much self-indulgence. So Islam forbids from all these things and lays stress on the duty to our God. So this was all about the criterion of mental health and behavioral and psychological factors that affect our mental health. Fine. Inshallah, tomorrow there will be next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.